When you see normal authentication method, a user may be authenticated based on what you know. What you know. What do I mean by what you know? An example of what you know, sir, is your PIN. Please, for the sake of this training, don't say PIN number. It is wrong. Your PIN. PIN is known as personal identification number. So a user can be authenticated based on PIN. PIN is classified under what you know. Hello?
Hi.
PIN is classified under what you know. So PIN is, like I said, personal identification number. It's one of the normal authentication types. The next authentication type is what you have. What you have. An example of what you have is a key card. For example, a company may invite us to come and implement what is known as access control for them. When we implement these access control mechanisms, we may decide based on budget and also client requests to issue key cards to the staffs of the firm. These key cards are classified under what you do, what you have. Key card is there. It grants you access to where you're supposed to have access to. Another example of what you have is ATM card. ATM means automated teller machine, the card. That is what you have. When you go to the ATM, what is the first thing you do? You slot in your card. When you go to the ATM, you do what? You slot in your card. First of all, it wants what you have to confirm that you're the one. Then the last authentication method under normal authentication is known as who you are. Who you are. Who you are is basically your biometrics. Simple and short. What is biometrics? Like your fingerprints, like your retina eye scan, and so on and so forth, like your palm print. Normal authentication methods are easily bypassed. That is why we use hybrid authentication. Hybrid authentication is what? It is better, it is more secure. Hello?
Hi. Hybrid.
Okay. Yes, hybrid. Hybrid is more secure. Take your ATM machine, for example, sir. When you go to the ATM to withdraw money, what do? You put in your card. After putting in your card, it welcomes you. What does it ask for? It prompts for what you know. What you know in the form of what? PIN. That is hybrid authentication. Hybrid authentication simply means a combination of authentication methods. There are some authentication methods that are known as two-factor authentication. It's more secure. Three-factor authentication. All these things are classified under hybrid authentication. If you set up two-factor authentication, that means after putting in one method of authentication, it will ask for another one. If it's three-factor authentication, after asking for the first thing, it will ask for the second one. After you supply it, it will ask for the third one. But you should also understand, while setting up these authentication methods, that too much security is also bad. It's funny, but it's true. When I go into the second triad we have today, you're going to see why too much security is bad. Now, we've talked about authentication. The next thing we are talking about is the last N, which is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation means that you cannot repudiate. It means that you cannot deny an activity that has been performed by you. You cannot deny an activity that has been performed by you. That means a user cannot deny an activity performed. That is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation here is done using what is known as audit trails. Each user will have audit trail. Each user will have what is known as a digital signature, digital footprint, and so on and so forth. This is how you know that it's a user that performed an activity. It happens in the bank for people who work in the banks. A few years ago, I was invited by Ray Power to come and speak, to come and host, to come and be a guest in a cybersecurity talk show, and they asked me a question. It was, I think, 2 years ago. Someone stole $50,000 from Winners Chapel account, and they were like, "How did this thing happen? How did it happen? How was the person able to steal $50,000?" I explained to them how it happened, and they were like, "What can they do to prevent a reoccurrence?" I told them that they need to make sure that they have what is known as an audit trail. They need to set up the system in such a way that you would have the access log of who logged in, when he logged in, what he did, and so on and so forth. The access log should contain all this. For example, Prince logged in by 8:45. He spent 10 minutes on the system. He did this, this, and this. That will serve as an audit trail in case a crime is committed. If a crime is committed, they basically review the access logs and know who did it. So non-repudiation is also very important. So we are done with the first security triad. The second one, you can draw a second triangle. This triad is known as security, functionality, and ease of use triangle. Security, functionality, and ease of use triangle. Data and information is in the middle as well. Security, functionality, and ease of use triangle. We know the meaning of security, of course. When you bring in some form of authentication method, some form of prevention systems, detection systems, and so on and so forth, it forms your security. Then functionality. Functionality simply means that you can use the application, or that application can perform what it was created to perform. Functionality. Then ease of use simply means that users can easily make use of such platform. For example, this is my first day of using Zoom, but I easily navigated around it because of ease of use. There is how a system will be configured. It will be configured in such a way that it will be too secure. That means if data/information is too close to security, it will be far from confidentiality and ease of use. If it's too close to security, it will be too far from confidentiality and ease of use. If it's too close to functionality, it will be too far from security and ease of use. If it's too close to ease of use, it's far from what? Security and functionality. So as security professionals that we are, we try our best to balance it up. You don't want to configure a very secure system, a system that is too secure, so that users will not be able to use it. It wouldn't make sense. For example, your email asks you to put a different passcode that is 10 digits long every 2 minutes. Or Zoom tells you to put in a password every 30 seconds. And the password will keep changing. It will be sending the passcode to your phone. People won't be able to use such platform.
Mr. Prince, we're really enjoying you. Please, can you wind down, like round up, so that we can allow time for, yeah. We'll
Okay.
also have a question and answer time as well.
Okay. Okay. Now, let me just round up with telling you um, how some people perform or how attackers perform this form of attack. The most important thing you should know is that you should keep your information safe. When you come to banking information, for example, even if someone doesn't have access to your ATM card, the person can still withdraw your money. How does he withdraw your money? From the 15-digit code in front, the 3-digit code behind, and the expiry date. Once someone has access to this information, the person can pull out your money. Now, you should know that cybersecurity education doesn't eliminate cybercrime totally. What it does is that it limits what the bad guys can do. Because if you know about these things, you'll be able to do what? To secure yourself. So what we are doing is just to make sure that we do what? That we restrict the attack surface. There is what is called attack surface. For example, you have a gate in your house, you have doors in your house. Now, if an armed robber wants to come to your house, the doors won't save you. But you know that at least the thing will try to create a form of barrier so that the person will go the extra mile to gain access. So that is what we do. As cyber threats evolve, so do we cybersecurity professionals also evolve with it. Thank you very much. I'll be here for the question and answer session.
Thank you, Mr. Prince.
Thank
You really shared a lot with us. We are filled. All right, so please, to our guests, kindly type your questions on the chat box so that we will read out. I can't see any questions yet. Please put them down. Hold them to for them to
Please
help
let me use
us.
myself.
It's fine. All right, so we will now listen to the second speaker, Mr. Adeniran. He's a boss. Mr. Adeniran, I don't know if you took time to look at his profile. He's the managing partner at Compugeen Incorporated. He's CEO, EasyPay. He does SAP, S4HANA, cybersecurity, cyber insurance, and he's also an entrepreneur. Now, a little about him. He has over 10 years experience in SAP implementation, 6 years of information security, governance framework, information system risk and compliance, experience gained by working in numerous global organizations in Africa, Middle East, Europe, Asia, and North America. His scope, the scope of his project has covered 20 countries in Europe, Middle East, Africa, Asia, and North America, in 3 continents. Mr. Adeniran, please, there's a lot under you. I think our guests will take time later to look up. Let's hear you now. Share your thoughts on this subject.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Can you please allow me to be able to present, sir? I'm trying to present the slide.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure, try.
I can go ahead.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So can we all see my screen?
Not yet. Okay, yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, can everyone else see my screen?
We can
Okay,
see your
thank
screen.
you. Thank you. My name is Olumide, and today we'd like to discuss how to protect yourself against cyber attack. And one thing we tell people is one single vulnerability is all what an attacker needs to gain access to your system and to gain access to your life. So we're going to take it, one by one, like the outline. We're going to talk about cyber hack during COVID-19 lockdown and after it happened during COVID-19. During the lockdown period. We're going to talk about the basic steps individuals need to do to secure yourself. And we're going to talk about cyber security awareness program for corporate end users. What do we need to do in the company? We're going to talk about how companies can protect the end users from cyber attack. And we're going to talk about how to operate zero trust policy. And so let's talk about cyber hack during COVID-19. It's also amazing that between February 2020 and March 2020, there was a 100% increase in the number of people that were hacked. According to Google, based on phishing sites, in February we have 292 people, 293,000 people, and in March only we have double the price. Double the number. So that tells you one thing, like about cyber attack. So there's something called phishing. I'm sure many of you have gotten an email lately about open a link that is not meant for you, or you send an email, they'll tell you an email bounce back to press this link, or they come to you to say, oh, there's a charity for COVID-19, press this link to go and get money or something else, and you are just, many people were unfortunate to just click on the link and then go with the flow, and something happened to them at the end of the day. And many organizations, many companies ask the staff to work from home. It's okay to work from home, but the system you are using to connect to the organizational network, how secure is the system? There's something called BYOD, bring your own device. Yes, organization will say, bring your own device, connect to our network from home, work from home, but how secure is that connection? So let me give you an instance.
Mr. Olumide, can you please give us a full screen presentation mode? Yeah.
Okay. Can you see now?
It's propagating.
Is it better now,
yes,
sir?
It's better.
Okay. So if you can see in March and in February, there was like over 100% increase in the number, double the number in February. So many people got an email in February and March about some relief program for COVID-19, some charity, some advice, some subscription, subscribe for this, for the latest. And some of those emails were actually scammed for you to be able to click on a link that will be able to give them access to your system. And the companies also, even though the companies were affected and they want to make sure that economy also is not affected, many companies ask their staff to work from home. Working from home, using your own personal device, that's one of your employees just used to watch a porn site yesterday, and from the porn site, a malware has been hidden on the porn site on the link, and that's been installed on the employee laptop. That same employee is using that same laptop to connect to your organization using VPN, transmitting that hidden malware from his own laptop to your organization, and from there spreading it within your organization. Yes, many organizations will say work from home, but they don't have a good IT strategy, IT structure, governance structure in place. If you're working from home, what are the endpoint solutions that have been implemented to enroll this device, to ensure that this device is safe before it joins the organization network? That is a big deal. Many of them never thought of that. And during COVID-19, we got a lot of information. Many organizations were hit. So we got a lot of email announcements. A lot of emails, wrong emails saying, government, about some awareness program, which a lot of people click on. And sometimes, I don't know if some of you got some calls from, a random call to just tell you, are you busy? I'd like to be your friend. And so, social engineering, someone is just trying to get close to you and to get your data at the end of the day. One of the basic issues that happened was, it's a live scenario. An IT manager that works in a big organization in Nigeria. I don't want to mention the name of the organization. It's a very big firm. This IT manager, we don't know what he uses laptop for at home, and he failed to put in a good IT governance in place. Yes, you're doing a BYOD, but he did not. He didn't put precaution before you can bring the device in the organization network. So as an IT manager, he used his laptop. His laptop was compromised, and he connected the laptop to the organization network using VPN. From there, he remote to the Active Directory, and from there, it was administering the Exchange. Immediately, the hacker gained access to the Active Directory. Active Directory is like the database of the employee in the organization. From there, he's able to see how many servers were linked, how many database servers, how many web servers. And from there, the system were hacked, and they were being asked to pay money to unlock their system. All because the IT manager made one simple mistake by not putting a good IT structure in place. Before you can enroll your system or join an system on an organization, you must have ensured the system has good security endpoints. You must have ensured the IT governance policy are in place. You must have ensured there are processes for assessing that system and assessing any threat in the system. And we'll still talk about that later on. So an individual, how do you protect yourself? I tell you, you are responsible to protect yourself. Like my fellow colleague said earlier, he said, you can't, you have a house, you must have a door. I'm sorry to say this, yes, you must have a door, and also you must have an advanced, especially in Nigeria, having a door is not good enough. You must also have a burglar or something else to hold your house to ensure something, the thieves cannot enter your house. So what we always advise everyone is simple. Keep everything up to date, including your phone. If you ask everyone over here, when last did you update your operating system of your phone, of your laptop, or install the latest security patch? They cannot remember. And these things are basic, essential to life. Always ensure you install the latest software updates and security. The second one, please stop using your date of birth or the name of your loved ones as your password. And stop, if you want to set a password, follow a strong password security policy. Your password should have an uppercase, a lowercase, a number, and some symbols. And it must not be, and your name must not be your password or something related to your loved ones. Keep good password and stop writing your password in papers and putting it on your desk. Is a wrong security habit. Thirdly, another thing we do lately is called two-level authentication. If you realize, many people on Instagram have two-factor. We enable two-factor authentication. During the COVID-19, I know some people that were hacked. Their Instagram account, they were hacked, and thank God for Instagram now. They have a new policy, a new way of identifying that is your account, and they can give you back your account in 24 hours. But this lady account was hacked, and all our followers were asked to donate $20,000 and 20,000 naira for them. For her, for something, and that she needed help. And this hacker got over like 200,000 before the account was taken away from him. And this lady also apologized to her fans and said, "I'm sorry, it was not me. My account was hacked." Explain herself. But the truth is, how many people will actually believe her? So always ensure you have 2FA factors enabled on all your phones. There are for 2FA. Even Google have a free app for two-factor authentication. Encrypt and back up your most important data. Backing up is not good enough. Encrypt it. There are more ways that can come into your system and we hold your system at ransom, and you will not be able to do anything with your data. Back up your data to a safe place and encrypt it there. Most laptops now, HP, Lenovo provide you the opportunity to encrypt your data because they're in partnership with Symantec and some other companies, security companies. Many of our users they like free things. You go to internet, you just want to enter free internet. Be careful of free Wi-Fi that you connect to. because from there they can have access to your system. Yes, always have an antivirus. Yes, that's a door. You can't say you have a house, you don't have a gate. Put a gate, but doesn't mean that the gate secure you totally. Apart from putting the gate, the additional security measure to add to your gate to ensure it's totally secure. And let's talk from the corporate end users. What do you look out for when you, what are the things you look out for in when someone is trying to get into your system using an email? First thing, be skeptical. Check the address of the email. If someone says it's from Dangote, is the email address from dangote.com domain or dangote.com.co.uk? Be very, very careful. Read thoroughly before you click. Don't forward what you don't know. They'll just give you a gist. Oh, all just in town, send it to you. Okay, follow this link. And don't share the email with your co-workers until you're sure. And like 2 days ago, I got an email that, the email you sent out, I've bounced back, reduce it. Please click on this to retrieve your email. And I just look at it, it's from an Hotmail. Why will Microsoft send me an email from an Hotmail account? It does not make sense. What do? I click and click on the links. Most of these emails always have grammatical error. Many of them are not from, are not, most of these hackers are from Russia, China. The English are not always that good. We always look out for that. Report suspicious. When you get a suspicious email, talk to your IT manager. Don't just, apart from deleting, inform them. Our organization now has something called anti-phishing filter on the email address, on the Exchange servers and email servers. And also, they're approved antivirus for organizations. And always be careful of, the charity site that you go to put in your personal data. Like I said to you, your Google, many people have the habit of saving all they have on Google. Your password, by the time you type your password, you say save, you click on save. By the time that your Google Chrome is hacked, we have access to your password. You have access to your history. We have access to your way of life. We know what matters to you. We know where your password is. Even some people even store their card on Google. Sir, man, why will you store your ATM card? Like colleague said, nowadays, you don't need, with your ATM card, all that details, they can print another card in the United States. And in the United States, they don't use PIN. They'll go swipe your card at the terminal and they'll collect your cash and you can't trace it back. Please stop saving your details on Google. So how do companies protect their end users from cyber attack? We've talked cyber security awareness is key. We've talked about scanning response to phishing attack. Always look out for the gaps in the response. Strengthen your security parameter. Parameter. There are softwares, there are CM software solution for monitoring, detecting attacks in real time. By the time sometimes there's Nexus, there's HP Gal, there are solutions that we implement for organizations to globally, to save them. There was a project I had in Kenya with a big organization, the biggest petroleum company, and we have to implement a CM solution for them to monitor all their systems. They saw the number of attacks they get in a day, they were scared. It's in thousands of attacks that people were trying, they can say wrong password from the network or attack from the AD. They can see everything from the same and they can be able to pay attention to it at the end of the day. And also for people that are working at home, they have to implement two-factor authenticator. We have to use the token with HP Access two-factor authenticator to authenticate users. So it's not like you go to some banks, I don't want to mention banks, but we've worked with banks before and we've done some security or implementation for them. Banks don't just log on with their password, they log on with password plus token. Any bank has a good security. Even as, internally, you can't just log in with your password on your ID card, your token must be there. Certified end product protection. Always patch your device with the latest software, anti-malware solution, with the latest security patch. Always update your security patch. And we also advise companies like Nemasa, like Nemasa, like Dubai, supplier board that deal with big suppliers like NNPC. So they always secure their supplier portal, because if those supporter is attacked, You don't want to know the end of it at the end of the day. So, lastly, I tell people, you don't trust anybody when it comes to cybersecurity. Everybody, anyone, anything is a suspect. And like we always say, you don't trust. We run a zero trust model. Your network, we don't trust it. We will keep scanning the device. Don't say because my device was clean yesterday, it can be compromised today. Clean it again today. Clean it again tomorrow. Don't say because this guy has failed, passed the light test yesterday, today is not lying. Test him again. Don't say because my application workload yesterday was good, nobody attacked me, I'm not going to run the CN check today. Please keep running it. You don't trust anything when it comes to cybersecurity. So at this point in time, because of time, and I know time is we're fast spent, I would like us to, in case you have any question, you can ask from here. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Olumide. It was an interesting one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. We really appreciate your time. We know you're a very busy person. You made our time to join us today. I'm sure our guests would have learned a lot. Unfortunately, we do not have the questions rolling in as we expected. Please, if you have questions from either the first or kindly type so that we'll read them. Mr. Prince is not online. I think a network took him out. So we only have you here, Mr. Olumide. So someone asked, how can you know if a website is not a cyber threat? Yeah, how can you know if a website is not a cyber threat? Is it clear enough?
Okay, the first thing you need to look for is there's a sign. Most websites in Nigeria, there's a sign called secure beside the HTTP address. Yeah. Click on it. If you see it's insecure, secured. If it's insecure, be very skeptical of what you do on that website because it means your information can be hijacked. Check the website before you even click on the website. If you're not sure, go to Google, click on the review. Type the website name and click on review. You'll see what people say about the website before you even go there. So that's always pay attention to such details before you click on it. If you're not sure of anything, don't click on it. And if you don't see that secure button, don't put in your ATM code, your details. Don't ever put your details when you don't see that secure code. And even some websites are even required to put PCI logo to say they are certified.
Is there a way you can share a screen to show us what you mean by the S sign? I know it's one green sign on the.
Okay. Yeah. Let me show. Okay, I'm trying to share a screen now.
Yeah, your screen is still off.
Yeah. So now I come here now to click on Google. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
So I come here now. Let me click on Netflix.com. This Netflix.com. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, it's loading. Okay.
So can you see over here? Please follow. Can you see view site information? Can you see connection is secure?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see. I'm sure we can all see.
Yeah, connection is secure means they have a valid certificate. For example, password credit card is private when it's sent to this site. If you don't see this, please do not put your credit card. Please. Always ensure your card is safe. And secondly, by the time you put your card, do not click on save. Google Chrome will prompt you to save your card. Say no. Please do not save your password on Google Chrome. Say a capital no. Now let me show you how I can see all the passwords that have been saved on Google Chrome. I come here, I click on settings, and I click on password. Can you see all the passwords that I've saved? And these are my work. This is my encrypted system. I don't take this out of my house. It's for my work only. So can you see all those things? Like if I come here, I can search your password, click on this, it will show me the password. So
Right.
please don't save your password for your GT Bank, ATM, don't save it here. And if there's a place here whereby you can even see all the cards that you have saved on Google. And thirdly, always delete your history, especially if you've gone to sensitive sites. Because by the time you go to history, they can see what you do from there.
All right. Thank you very much. I think that's answered the second question that Mr. Chiedu Augustine asked. Is saying, how can we protect ourselves from Google hijack and ensure maximum protection? Do you want to add anything to what you said, or is
Okay, for
sufficient?
Google hijack, I'll tell you, Google is always trying to improve their platform, but you are responsible to protect yourself. Always, when you go to sensitive sites, clear history. Don't save your password on Google. It can be hacked. I mean, there's something called Google Hack Database, exploit database that you can use to get any password that's been ever saved on Google, whether it's saved in Excel or whether it's saved somewhere. Hackers know how to use Google to hack. So please don't ever save your details on Google. And thirdly, always be careful with the extension you enable on Google. There are sometimes they'll just tell you, add this to your extension. What are you adding to the extension? You don't know which Google extension are you adding. Don't add it. Google about it first, research about it, know whether it's safe. If it's not safe, please do not add. They love extension. See, especially Firefox. Firefox is so compromised in a way that they have a lot of extension that they can be. I mean, I can mirror your screen right now. Everything you are doing on your screen, all I just need to use, send you a link. You click on it. The extension is installed, and everything you are doing on your laptop, I can see it from my own laptop because an extension has been installed on your Google. And that's why you see someone said my phone is hacked. Someone is reading my phone. Okay, let's allow me to digress to even your WhatsApp phone. Now even people nowadays, I don't need to have access to your WhatsApp. I'm very soon just realize that people are seeing the same messages that you're seeing, because one way or the other, you click on an extension, that extension there's registered it on the other side, and the person can see everything you're seeing at a go.
Right. Thank you. Someone is thanking you from here. I don't have the person's name, but it's written coco.o2. Says, just tried the password check and saw lots of passwords, including my colleagues at work. Thank you for the opportunity. Wow. Yeah, so there's a question from James. James is asking, Mr. Olumide, what are the steps for data encrypting? Is it possible to share now or some other time?
I can share for you. Share now? I'll just share on a very high level. There's the external software for encrypting data. And let me start, there are two ways. Let me start from phone and from laptop. From the phone, if you're using Samsung or Apple, they have a default mechanism like S8, S9, and Indian Apple phones have a default encryption on their phone. If you go to your phone and you go to settings, and you can scroll down just to search and encrypt, it will tell you about the encrypt, like do you want to encrypt your data? And then it will tell you how many level of authentication. And you can even do two-factor, but anytime your data wants to be unencrypted, they have to send an SMS code that you have to put in. That you can use on your phone. And on your laptop, the encryption software that you can buy online, or depending on the kind of laptop you have, like the new HP laptop has some new encryption, but you can click and say, you click on encryption. On phone, Samsung, you use something called Secure Folder by Samsung. That's a free platform. You can put your data, your encrypted document there, and nothing can happen to them. So encryption is a big thing that we can discuss another day, but this is high level. It's a big solution on its own.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm sure we've learned a lot. I see some big VIPs here. Let me see if any of them want to say hi. Please raise up your hand if you want to pass a word across. before we quickly wrap up, very many of us, I can see Peter, Mr. Soji, thank you for coming, and others that have left. I think I saw Monica, she's also gone. HSC Nations, Mr. Femi Da Silva, it was nice having you. Mrs. Barbara Obele and several others. Well, it's been an interesting moment. Right, Mrs. Barbara, let me unmute you so we hear your voice. It's taking some time. Okay, I'm trying to unmute you, but you need to allow yourself from your end to be unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Do you want to say anything?
Yes, I just want to say thank you for the wonderful lectures we have just had. Very, very educative. Thank you once again.
You're welcome. Right, it was nice having all of us. And so since I think I see one question in the chat, okay, this is thank you from Johnny S11. You didn't register with your name. Please next time join the meeting with your name. Right, thank you all for coming. We look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time. We'll have the privilege of listening to Mr. Olumide again in the next 2 weeks. I'm sure you enjoyed his presentation. Then he will be teaching us about SAP. Many of you might have heard of what's the name SAP. It's an ERP, enterprise resource planning software used by many large organizations. And so Mr. Olumide will be coming back again in 2 weeks' time to educate us on SAP S4HANA, the latest version of SAP. He'll be doing an overview with us. For some of you who want to learn SAP, that would be a nice opportunity. Next 2 weeks will be a very technical section. We would discuss SAP at length. He would show us some navigations and how we'll be able to do a few things. And probably if you have interest, you can progress your studies and improve your skill in SAP. All right, thank you once more for coming. We look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time. Right, do have a nice day. Bye.